Good morning. I wanted to give you guys this message today. Um, I did this message a while back, probably a couple of months ago, and we had talked about Jesus when he walked upon the scene, and the man with legion came up. The man with the legions. This comes out of Mark chapter 5. And I'm going to read the text to you where Spirit gave me the message. Okay. So, Mark chapter 5, and this is where Jesus restores a demon possessed man. This is out of the NIV version. I'm going to read it out of the, the New Living Translation as well. I don't have a message Bible, but I'm gonna find it for you. All right, so they went across the lake to the region of Gerasenes, Gerasenes, I want to say. When Jesus got out of the boat, so he had just got out of the boat, it says, a man with impure spirit came from a tomb to meet him. So they told me to finish. This man lived in the tombs with no one, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain, for he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons off on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. Verse 6 says, when he, the legion, saw Jesus, okay, from a distance, he ran and he fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted to the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." I thank you for this word today, God. For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Verse 9 says, Then Jesus asked, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." And he begged Jesus again and again to not send them out of the area. A large herd of pigs was feeding on the nearby hillside. The demons begged Jesus, send us among the pigs. Allow us to go into them. He gave them permission, and the impure spirits came out and went into the pigs. The herd, about 2,000 in number, rushed down a steep bank into the lake where they drowned. Okay, here's the uh, New Living Translation. Hold on. Okay, we are at the New Living Translation, and it says, so they arrived on the other side of the lake in a region of Gerasas. Jesus climbed out of the boat, and a man possessed by an evil spirit, came out of the tombs. The man lived in burial caves, and no one could no longer restrain him, even with a chain. Whenever he would put the chains and shackles, be put into chains and shackles, as he often was, he snapped from the chains from his wrists and smashed the shackles. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Day and night he wandered among the burial caves, the dead. He wandered among the dead things. Okay. And in the hills, howling and cutting himself with sharp stones. Verse 6, when Jesus was still some distance away, so Jesus hadn't even walked up on him, the man saw him, ran to meet him, bowed low before him. With a shriek, he screamed, "Why are you interfering with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In the name of God, I beg, don't torture me." For Jesus had already said to the spirit, "Come out of the man, you evil spirit." Jesus demanded, "What is your name?" He replied, "My name is Legion, because there are many of us inside this man." The evil spirit begged him again and again not to send him to the distant place. There had happened to be a large herd of pigs. We know the scenario. He goes to the pigs. I'm focusing on verses 6 through 8. Well, verse 9. I'm going to go to the Message Bible, and then we'll get the message, and then I will give you what Spirit told me. Okay? The madman is what this is called in the message. Verse 1 through 6. So if you read the Message Bible, I always teach that it gives you in chunks. So you go through 1 through 6, that's a chunk. And then they go to the second, and then it's 6 through 8, that's another chunk. So I'm focusing on 6 through 8. Okay. So they arrived on the other side of the sea, in the country of Gerasenes. Gerasenes, I want to say. As Jesus got out of a boat, a madman from the cemetery came up to men. So a madman that lived among the dead. Okay, I want you to hold that. A madman that lived among the dead came up to him. He lived there among the tombs and the graves, among things that are buried and things that we get rid of. Okay, they should no longer be in existence. Okay. Um, no one could restrain him. He couldn't be chained, couldn't be tied down. He had been tied up many times with chains and ropes, but he broke the chains, snapped the ropes. No one was strong enough to tame him. Night and day, he roamed through the graves and the hills, screaming out and slashing himself with sharp stones. Where we're focusing, 6 through 8. When he saw Jesus a long way off, he ran and bowed in worship before him. Then he howled in protest. What business do you have, Jesus, Son of the Most High God, messing with me? I swear to God, don't give me a hard time. Jesus had just commanded the tormenting evil spirit out, get out of the man. Jesus asked him, tell me your name. He replied, my name is Mob. I am a riot mob. He said, my name is Mob. Okay, Mob. I didn't say Mob because I'm thinking of Job. Don't judge me. My name is Mob. I'm a rioting mob. Then he desperately begged Jesus not to banish them from the country. I'm not going to go into detail because you know exactly what happens after that. Okay, so when when I was reading this, and there was a pastor that had spoke about this this context, and I had did this before, and in my women's group, and I had talked about where at some point you have to be able, and the message that I gave them was speak to the thing, ask it, what is your name? Well, when the pastor did this, and I had watched a video that he had did, and he had gone over it, and one of the things is that the word is broken down in so many facets that you could take so many things from just this one scripture, okay, and scriptures throughout all of the Bible. But the thing that I took away was what Spirit has spoke to me is that as soon as I got to get it right, Spirit. It's like when you walk into a room, they see you afar off. And as soon as you hit the room, they will approach you and they will try to hold you back so that you won't be able to do the thing that you were sent to do. So if we think about what this scripture says is the man with legion, the mob, okay? When he came up to him, he said, don't you come in here bothering me. So he says, don't give me a hard time. You just entering a room, you give people a hard time. It's almost as if what Spirit is telling me is that they hate to see you coming. They hate the fact that you've entered the room. They hate the fact that you're sitting at the table. They hate the fact that they know that you have this power within you. They hate it so much that they will tell you, don't you come in here bothering me. Don't you come in here messing with me. That's what it says. Don't you come in here bothering me. What do you want with me? This is what it was. When I think about it, and I when I talk to my ladies, I tell them I think in the terms of, just how I speak to you. I just got off a boat. I just literally got off a boat and here you come. I literally just walked into the room and I sat down and here you come. So when we think about who's tormenting who is tormenting who? Okay. But that was the text, is that God said it's like you enter into a room. You just arrived and here comes the legion bothering you, telling you need to leave, because the legion, they knew who he was. They knew the power in which Jesus had. When we talk about Jesus, Jesus is just word in flesh. He was the word in action and he was moving and he told the thing, come out of that man, because you ain't got no business being in this man. But because Jesus knew, and that's the thing, what Spirit is saying to me, is because you know who you are and you know your abilities and your capabilities. You know exactly what you were sent to do. And this is what we have to understand Jesus did. Jesus was just doing what he was sent to do. He just walked upon the earth and he did what he was sent to do. So this this legion or this mob within a man saw him afar off. So Jesus had just literally got off the boat and here comes this thing towards him. And I can imagine, because if it was me, I just got here. So what do you want of me? So rather than this thing be removed from a country, Jesus says, what do you want? What do you want me to do for you? What shall you have me to do for you? So let's get the message, because this is what he's saying is that you arrive on a scene and people don't like to see you coming. Okay. They don't like to see you coming because they know seeing you coming is like it's like things are they're about to change. Okay. Things are about to change because they see you coming. They see you coming and they know things is about to change. All right. So spirit guides, angel guides, ascended masters, my ancestors, known and unknown, that wish me well, that want to work with me, that are willing to work with me, to all of you and the Most High. Give me the message for the masses today in reference to this word. The message is when they see you coming. All right, Spirit, what else? So the first message, 6 of coins, actually. Okay, so it's like they see you coming. They know things is about to change. They know there's going to be this, it's like what Spirit just gave me is like this dynamic duo. Between the two of you, it's like this dynamic duo. It's like Spirit knows that um, things are coming. Okay, so the 9 of cups in reverse is like these empty promises that at this point have been um, when we talk about the man with legion, he was so broken and he was so filled with other things that when you walk upon the scene, they know things is going to change. They know that everything that wasn't so will be so. Okay. So it's like you're a game changer. Okay. So you're this changer of the thing. The Queen of Cups, it comes into play here. It's like you walk with this passion and this compassion that you change um, a person's perspective, the way they think, the way they talk, the way they move, how they act. You are that person that when you walk upon the scene, you are a game changer. Okay. So it's like the God in you is a change. You know, Mary had that song, It's the God in Me. Yeah, it is actually is the God in you. It's the spirit in you. It's what moves in you that becomes the changer of things for people. Okay. Um, Now, spirit, you don't throw out all these cards at me. So I'm going to take these because it's going to tell the story, is what Spirit just told me. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Absolutely. Okay. Because that is the person, when you speak things, you're the game changer. Okay. You just walk upon the scene and your energy, your spirit, that which works within you, it's a game change. It changes the whole entire game. Okay. King of Cups is coming out here with the High Priestess. Absolutely. It's like you are flowing with this high energy, with this force. And what Spirit is saying is like you're a force to be reckoned with. When we think about Jesus, I don't want to say when we think, when we talk about Jesus, when the word walks up on the scene, the word is whatever you need it to be. I've been focusing on the I am lately. I am. He says when Moses asked him, he said, well, you know, you sending me to this man, this high man, and and Moses just thought of himself as just like I'm just a little lowly fella. But Jesus said, tell him I am that I am sent me. Okay, whoever you need me to be in that moment, I am that. So when you say a force to be reckoned with, when we talk about the word is swift, powerful, sharper than any double-edged sword, divides a thing, soul, spirit, bone, marrow, good, bad, a riding mob to a calm, serene man. This is what Jesus is saying to you. Okay, the word is telling you, you are the word in flesh, that you can walk upon a scene. Okay. And you can change a whole scenario because of who you are, the ingenuity of who you are and how you use the word. Okay. This Three of Wands is out here too with this Queen of Wands. Okay. It's like when you walk upon a scene, baby, it's like you blow things up. That's why they said a force to be reckoned with. Like if you knew your power, if you knew who you actually were, please, the it it wouldn't even be a thing. You wouldn't even have any problems. But what they're telling me today is that they need you to remember who you are, like know who you are, know your power, know that you have the power to just walk upon a scene and people just automatically are like, oh, here she come, you know, or here they come, or here he come. They know that just you walking upon the scene, it's going to be changed. Okay. Three of Cups out here with the Five of Coins is absolutely okay. You bring about when people have this misfortune, it's like you celebrate even in the misfortune because you know, baby, that ain't nothing. Okay. It's like when the mountains come, you know, please, I'm already here. I'm already celebrating because this is nothing. There's no misfortune in anything. Okay. There's no misfortune in that. Two of Coins out here with the Judgment. It's like you put your priorities in order and you don't judge the scenarios or the scenes. When we talk about how Jesus walked upon the scene, he didn't even judge anything. He didn't judge the man. He just walked up and was like, you need to come out of this man. And then the mob was like, uh-oh, don't come over here bothering me. Because in the mob was like, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine where I was. When we think about people, and this is where what Spirit is saying to me, is that there are people who would rather wander around in the graves, in the dark places, in places where they think they're going to die. And Spirit said they would rather walk around in the grave and be so lonely and be so low and think dead thoughts and be and wander around in these hills. If we think about the children of Israel, where they wandered 40 years complaining, murmuring, cutting themselves, screaming, doing all these things out of the spite and anger that they live in. They would rather do that than here you come. You are the one that says, no, we got to change. And the only way that you can change is that with this Queen of Swords energy, okay, I have to speak to you and I have to tell you, you don't belong here. So this is the message for you, okay? You got to understand who you are. When you walk upon a scene, you immediately tell a thing, you don't belong here. But what Jesus does is then he asks him, what is your name? Tell me who you are. Because when I know who you are, then I'm able to navigate through these things because now I know who I'm working with and who I'm dealing with. Okay. So I hope this works for, that it helps you understand that you are a force to be reckoned with. They see you afar off. All you're doing is just walking up on the scene and you're just doing what you were sent to do. Do not ever doubt that you are sent to a place to do a thing. And sometimes you think, well, I'm just going and I'm not supposed to be, and you don't know why you're in these places. But what Spirit is saying is, I sent you there. Okay. I sent you to these places so that you could be the change that is needed because some people like to be in such a dark, dim place that when you walk upon the scene, they don't want it. And you could just say, okay, that's fine, but you got to come out of here. You can't keep doing the same thing. We are in a time now where Spirit is saying we cannot continue to do the same thing in a different day, at a different time, at a different year, at a different moment, at a different minute, at a different millisecond, at a different space in time and space. We cannot keep doing the same thing. And this man was doing the same thing, just on a different day, at a different time, at a different year. And then all of a sudden, the word came on a boat, got off, walked up to the thing and said, come out of this man. And that thing said, up, don't come over here messing with me because people like to be comfortably uncomfortable. So I hope this message helps you today and you guys have a good day.